Another edition of Ogre Survival and Prepping. As always, I'm your host, Paul. Today we're going to talk about my get home bag. I discussed it last time, and I want to show you exactly what I have in it and the uses for them. So let's go ahead and get right into it, and I hope you enjoy, or it gives you some ideas. So the first thing, we're going to start with my EDC. I did a video on this, what's in here. So these items are always on me. The next item we have is a telescoping trekking pole. Because when you're walking long distances, it aids in your walking. Plus, if you're crossing creeks or anything that's got unstable ground, it gives you that third point of contact for stability. The next thing we have up here is a plastic bag because they come in handy, plus two bottles that the one actually is a water purification tablet and the other is a neutralizer. I'll go into detail in another video about all the different ways you can get water. The next thing I have here is just a keyhole saw. Now you can go out and you can spend 50, 60 bucks on Laplanders or Bacos or something like that. But this is my get home bag. Again, I don't plan on being gone longer than 24 hours, so this is perfect. Next, I have a Gerber Perong, basically a machete for heavy chopping, cutting firewood, that kind of thing. Up here, we have a good flashlight. You have a little tube of super glue, which can be used for a whole bunch of different things. This here was actually a really cheap knife I found. For survival uses, basically I could use it as a spear point. It comes with a little ferrocerium striker or rod. I wouldn't put a lot of faith in that. Probably a couple good strikes is all you're going to get off of this. You can pick this up at Walmart for like $5 or $6. Whole purpose I bought it. Next, we have here an actually good ferrocerium rod that comes with a striker for starting fires. Glow sticks for light. We have a little frog gear that is great for using as a spear to spear fish. Comes with a little bolt here that I'm going to replace with a good wood screw. Up here I have a multi-tool, which comes in extreme handy. And this one happens to have different bits and sockets with it. Here is gauze and some alcohol prep pads for wounds. This is actually a little fire kit. I got some jute twine in there, which I showed you before how good that stuff is. And I've got a utility blade in there, wrapped in duct tape. We have some hand warmers. Down here we have some candy. And the reason you want candy is, first off, if you've ever been on a long walk or a long hike, that little bit of something to occupy your mind other than what you're doing helps. Plus, it's good for a quick little sugar buzz, a little bit of energy. You got a good pair of gloves, which obviously you want to protect your hands. Together, I've got just about 100 feet of paracord here. I got a good little signaling mirror. The reason you want one of these is to signal for help. The reason it's still in the packaging is to stop it from getting scratched up. I got a little rain poncho here. These don't taste that great, but this one brick has 2,400 calories. It's in 6 little blocks. It's more than enough food, hopefully, to get me home in a 24-hour period. These are basically little fire logs, just to help extend the fire, to help get it burning better. A bandana, and the reason you want a bandana is, again, for wounds. Plus, if they're 100% cotton, you can actually shave them up for tinder. Also, to help keep sweat out of your eyes. Up here, this is a stainless steel, food grade stainless steel water bottle. That comes in handy for obviously carrying water, but with it being food grade stainless steel, you can boil water in it. If I had like ramen soup or something like that, I could actually cook it in it. Next, we have a basic, simple little blanket. I think it's 50 by 60 inches. Here in Michigan, it's springtime. I don't really have to worry too much about being really cold, but every little bit helps. Up here, we have a 2-quart canteen, collapsible military grade canteen. So between these, 2 of these will fill this. So I have 3 quarts of water, plenty of water to get home in a 24-hour period. Next, the actual bag. I have a little Everstrike match. I'm not going to rely on these for fire. This one actually leaks. I'm actually going to be getting rid of it. This here is a survival whistle with a little button compass on the end that does work. Inside, I have some Strike Anywhere matches, again for fire. This here is a Gerber Bear Grylls knife, and I'll actually do a review on this. I'm not brand specific. I know it looks like it because this is the second piece of Gerber equipment I have, Bear Grylls brand. I got them at a really good price, and they are pretty decent quality. So there you have it. There's the gear that I have in my get home bag. So this is the second layer. As I was telling you before, I like to look at survival in layers. Obviously, the first one is my EDC. Again, a good quality knife. All the gear I had in there. And I always have one of these on me. So my next step after that would be my get home bag. Next video I'm going to do, I'm actually going to get into my 72-hour bag or my bug out bag. And we're going to talk what it is, what all's in it, and how it works, and what I use it for. All this put together only weighs about 12.5 pounds. So I can move pretty quick, travel pretty light, and hopefully, with what it has, should be able to get me home. So, with that being said, if you're new to the channel, please click like, share, comment. I really want to hear comments back from people. It lets me know that you're learning something. Maybe you have some ideas, something like that. So until then, this is Paul with Ogre Survival and Prepping saying thank you and be safe.